thought you heard about me, must not. Last nigga did me dirty, like a bathroom in a truck stop. Now my heart, it feels like pillow. I'm hard like I'm a pillow. Can't be no nigga.
Welcome to 2K Sports in the NBA. I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Wednesday night in the NBA. It's going to be the Golden State Warriors up against the Sacramento Kings. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
And we see the Kings getting ready to go. It's Western Conference time for the traveling Golden State Warriors today. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And one of the players will be watching this one closely, Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, when he's not blocking shots, he's altering them, Kevin, because he's just a constant presence and a threat defensively in the paint.
And something else he does that might not wind up in the stat sheet, but is still a big part of his game, his leadership defensively. Collectively, they're a much better team when he's on the floor.
You look at the Kings, challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
Yeah, and they're in the middle of a tough stretch of games they've got coming up. I mean, they're excited about it, and it's going to serve as a real benchmark. Finding out exactly where they stand in the league.
And that's something every team wants to know. You know, to get where they want to be, they're going to have to really beat the best teams in this league. So I know what they're thinking is, bring it on, let's go.
Now here's Iguodala. It's Thompson off the drive. Back to Iguodala, 6 to shoot. Bogut sets a screen for Iguodala. Thompson. Can't capitalize on the good screen.
Well, for Patrick Patterson last season, he was part of a deadline trade from the Rockets to the Kings, and I think he's a good fit with this team. They need outside shooting. He's a face-up four-man who started to shoot with range out to behind the arc now. I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Sacramento on defense. It's a three-point game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Boy, that was a surprising result, wasn't it, guys? Because on paper, it didn't even look like a fair matchup.
Well, you know what? That's part of why we enjoy sports and you play the game, because it definitely didn't turn out the way many of the experts, including ourselves, might have predicted. So that's why you tee it up, buddy.
You mentioned the fit with Patterson on this team. A hard-working player, always has been a good locker room guy.
Yeah, and a former teammate of DeMarcus Cousins at Kentucky as well. So some hope, I would say, that there will be some good influence there. He's a quality defender, something they needed as well.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Mark Jackson and I spoke for just a couple of moments. He believes that he has a group of guys that can cause all sorts of mismatches and problems for any defense, saying, we know that we're definitely going to be pushing the issue and attacking them on offense. Sounds like this could be entertaining, gentlemen.
Thanks for filling us in, Doris, and not too surprising that their offensive approach will be a major focus.
Yeah, that's what I would expect, Kevin. I mean, this is a team that really hangs its hat on its offensive execution.
But, guys, that can't be the sole focus. They can't forget to defend.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. It plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months. I don't mind that shot, though. He's an excellent three-point shooter. He's just showing a lot of confidence there.
I'm right with you there, Steve. I mean, let it flow when you're feeling it.
And they'll keep possession. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And while we have a chance, let's check out some stats for Steph Curry. First in steals, fourth in scoring. And how about his accuracy from the foul line, guys? He is in the top 10 in free throw percentage.
And just to mention his steals again, Steve, he's one of those guys who in a zone where it's like he knows what the other guys are doing. His anticipation is excellent. I mean, it's almost psychic.
And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And, you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliate so close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Thompson passes to Curry. Back to Thompson. Bogut with a screen on Selmans. Thompson against Selmans. They get it again. O'Neal dishes to Bogut. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Now, here's Patterson, averaging 8 points a game.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Thompson for the triple. And yes, sir, that one drops. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Curry against Thomas. Thomas off a pick from Patterson. Thomas kicks to Patterson. To the paint, Hayes, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
David Lee's checked in for Jermaine O'Neal. Bogut sends a screen for Curry. Thompson outside. Iguodala outside. He passes to Bogut. Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Thomas. Curry with the defensive effort.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
In low to Lee. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Lee's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, that floater takes such a nice touch.
Thomas against Curry. Thomas goes in, and that one's good.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Curry passes to Thompson. Fires the 3. There's Curry. No good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
You know, that was one of the worst efforts you'll see from them, guys. Even though they were playing against a better team, it shouldn't have been that bad.
And Steve, even against a mediocre team, that performance wouldn't have been good enough. But you play that way against a good team, and you'll really get blasted.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Selmans. Thompson dishes to Curry. Lee, a screen on Thomas. It's Curry with the drive. Passes it to Iguodala. He kicks to Thompson. Lee outside. Pass to Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. And that one goes long.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
Let it pass it to Thomas. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Iguodala's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And as shaky as they looked in that game, guys, because they really didn't play very well, I thought they showed a lot of mental toughness in order to pull out that victory.
Indeed they did, Steve. Maybe the shots weren't dropping and maybe they were a little disjointed and out of rhythm, but the hustle and effort was there.
And the Warriors miss again.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Thomas goes in, and the shot is good. Thomas got 9 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. And defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Now here's Curry, averaging 28 points a game. Thompson from long range. Shot's good. 6 points for him.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in SAC.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 9. Lets it go with the 3. And the basket good. And the Kings lead by 5.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Golden State's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate. And I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Curry against Thomas. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go with Curry running it up the court.
Well, Kevin, what I love about Curry is the all-around game. He's a tremendous shooter, incredible passer, and then defensively, he's opportunistic. You know, he can pick off a pass and go the other way through his anticipation.
And Steve, when he gets one of those warm-up jump shots in the game, you expect it to go down. One of those great shooters who doesn't need to get into a rhythm. His shooting seems to be always ready to roll. And, you know, for the Kings, with a new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
The Warriors trail. Bell on the wing. Back to Curry. Leads him in there. Bell's shot is good. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back-and-forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Here's McLemore. After the made shot from Bell. And that one's good. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
Clock at 2. Curry kicks to lead. It's stolen by Vasquez. Vasquez gets a screen from Mbakamuta. Launches a 3. Sacramento gets it back. Pass to Vasquez. Douglas with the steal. Outside Curry. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bazemore is checked in. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. The Warriors, number 1.
You know, sometimes a team, Kevin, will have one guy who does a nice job blocking shots, Other times, a guy finds ways to get other players involved in shot blocking. Well, this team does it as a group. That's why they're the league's best in block shots.
No good from Lee.
You know, I'm a fan of Jason Thompson. He's always going to give you whatever he has, whether it's 20 minutes or 30. He's got a very steady game and really gives you everything he has on the floor.
And it's the Kings with the ball after the miss from David Lee. And McLemore kicks to Outlaw. They get it back. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Barnes. He dishes it to Bazemore. Barnes. Boom, he jams it straight down. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Here we can see, Kevin, where the Warriors rank in the NBA right now. First in scoring. First in assists. And they're also #1 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
And Jason Thompson, a well-rounded player, Clark, can play the power forward or even at 6'11" the center.
I like him a lot, Kevin. He's got a good motor. He's got an excellent body. Works the backboard pretty well and made a nice improvement in his free throw shooting last year. Got that back up around 70%. He's a guy that helps you at both ends of the floor.
Stolen by Thompson. Vasquez kicks to McLemore. The pass to Outlaw. From beyond the arc. Rebounded by Bell.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
He feeds it to Barnes. Douglas with it. Now defended by McLemore. Bazemore gets the bucket.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
.24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
For three, Outlaw. That's good. Outlaw's got his third basket of the night.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Douglas dishes to Lee. That's good with a Douglas assist. Douglas has got 3 assists now in this one.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Warriors lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Coming up this Saturday night, February 22nd, Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. East versus West. You don't want to miss it.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hand.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Dell is out there with David Lee. Then there's Jermaine O'Neal. Then there's Tony Douglas. And it's Bazemore at the shooting guard position. Bell on the wing.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for the Kings. Patterson comes in for Mba'amoute. And Bazemore kicks to Douglas. Crazy that time from McCallum.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And he slams that one down. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Douglas off the pitch from O'Neal. Douglas kicks to O'Neal. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Sacramento making some changes. Salmons comes in for Travis Outlaw. And it's Jimmy Fredette in for Vasquez. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. McCallum's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
Lee sets a screen for Douglas. Ajabel on the wing. Feeds to O'Neal. Working on Hayes. And O'Neal gets it to go. O'Neal's got his second bucket.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
Now, here is Fredette. D right on him. Misses the three.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Douglas the pass to Lee. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Here's Salmons, and again it's Sacramento converting. Warriors leading by 5. Douglas to Bazemore. Screen by Lee. Dishes to Douglas. Lee sets a screen for Douglas. And there's the feed to Bazemore. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Douglas. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Fredette dishes to Thomas. Kicks it to Fredette. Launches it. Gets the bucket. Fredette's got his first 3 points of the game.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Douglas off the pitch from Bogut. 5 to shoot. It's Iguodala with the drive.
That's a second personal foul. If he gets another, he probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Kings. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Thompson backing down. Knocks it loose. 4 on the clock. Iguodala the pass to Thompson. Offensive rebound. Here's Bogut. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Warriors have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
Well, you take a look at the numbers, guys. They're shooting 74% on the season.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Here's Redick. Iguodala with the block. the dish to Douglas. Thompson right side. Fades away. Here's Bogut. Makes it off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 4.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Thomas kicks to Hayes. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, that didn't go down, but those are exactly the plays coaches like to see.
Both good from the line that time. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Douglas dishes to Lee. Iguodala kicks to Douglas. Lee, a screen on Thomas. Douglas, the pass to Lee. Lock at 6. Iguodala. Back to Lee. Fires from the line. Chuck Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, he's undersized, but he is a vet, and you better believe that Chuck Hayes is going to get the job done on defense. I'm not sure if there's anybody else in the league that gets as much out of his ability as Hayes.
And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. The Kings have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Thomas against Douglas. Redick inside the line. He nails it, and we're tied up. And he was an all-state football player in high school. You think that helped him when it comes to throwing his weight around with bigger players?
There's no question. I mean, the leverage that Hayes is able to get against players who are much taller, it clearly comes from his football background. And you love having this guy in your roster. He's defensive-minded, but he's a great teammate as well.
You mentioned defensive-minded. He was the Southeastern Conference Defensive Player of the Year when he played at Kentucky.
I did not know that.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Hayes with the screen for Thomas. Back to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. Thomas goes in. The Warriors pull it in. Lee's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Iguodala off the pick from Bogut. Bogut with a screen on Salmons. Out to Thompson. Back to Iguodala. Goes up on the wing. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
He thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
Redick for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Iguodala's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And no doubt the Houston fans really want to see their Rockets take that one. That's a good matchup there.
Thompson with it. Now defended by Salmons. Thompson with the bucket.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Well, one thing I've always loved about Andre Iguodala is the fact that he's so unselfish. He's really probably best suited to play a point-forward role where he's handling the ball quite a bit, either in transition or in the half court at the high post. He can use his size to pass over the top of people.
Steph Curry's checked in for Tony Douglas. The shot by Redick, no good. Warriors leading by 4. Lee sets a screen for Curry. Iguodala outside. Back to Curry. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And you go back to Iguodala. Relatively judicious with his shot selection in Denver. Some have wanted him to even be more aggressive offensively.
You know, I think that's a bit misguided, Kevin. This is a guy who does everything and does it well. He's a team-first guy. He's got to stay true to who he is, and I think he does a really good job of doing that. He rebounds, he defends, he passes, he provides scoring. You can't just look at his point totals and evaluate his game.
He brings a lot to the game.
A lot to the table.
What do you call stat sheet stuffer?
Yes, sir. That's him. A chance here to see how the Kings rank in the NBA right now. First in free throw percentage. 11th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in scoring as well. Not too shabby.
And anytime you lead the league in free throw shooting, as you talked about, Clark, you can put a lot of pressure on the defense. And that's why this team has made a concerted effort to attack the rim and get to the line as often as possible.
3-on-3. Thomas pitched to Selmans. Warriors with the rebound.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the board.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Curry outside, and that is good. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They've been outstanding from three-point range in this quarter.
That's tipped. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest scoring point guards this season. Second, Stephen Curry.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and deliver the offense in addition to running the offense. What a star-studded bunch of players.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing that, to me, makes these guys special, Steve, is that they can do so many things to enable and help their offense. And not all point guards in the league have the unique combination of skills to produce that these guys do. And they've done it on a night-in, night-out basis. And I've marveled at their consistency as well. Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark, bringing it down hard, my brother.
Yes, sir.
The Kings trail by 8. Thomas dishes to Selmans. Back to Thomas. He passes to Hayes. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on David Lee. The Kings shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, this is what you have to do when you're trailing. You've got to attack, be aggressive, and get to that foul line.
And perhaps cause some foul trouble along the way. I mean, that can have a big impact down the road.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Passes it to Lee. Patterson on him. The fadeaway. And the shot falls short this time. The Kings are gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Redick with it. He kicks it to Hayes. Fades. The shot misses. Good D by Lee.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
And it's Thompson with the jam. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Thomas against Curry. Banked in off the glass. Hayes has got 6 in the quarter.
If they're going to take tough outside shots, I mean, they're better off just firing from the three-point line.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, if you're going to be back there near the three-point line, you might as well take the 3. Just step back and knock it down.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Thomas goes in. And Hayes kicks to Patterson. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Golden State earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far. And they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, the Sacramento Kings just way behind.
Well, right now for the Kings, they've just got to learn a few lessons from what they're going through this year. I mean, to use that experience to make sure that they grow from it.
Well, you always want to be getting better, Clark. So I like what you're talking about. I mean, sometimes you can learn from adversity, learn from your mistakes. That's what this club has to do from here on out.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Can't nail the jumper. Warriors leading by 8. Iguodala's drive.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes. Well, you know, you look at David Lee. He's more of a skill finesse player, but plays with a great motor. Very intense and aggressive in his style. Always in motion, gets to the boards, offensively and defensively. And, you know, that combination of skill, hustle, and motor make him an all-star.
Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Golden State. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Iguodala, the pass to Thompson. He dishes it to Curry. It's rebounded by Reddick.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Thomas goes in. Here is Mbamute. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
Warriors leading by 9. Iguodala outside. Left side, Curry. Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. And here's Barnes for 3.
That shot!
Beats the budget.
Wow! And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And the first half is now in the books. The Warriors on top, up by 12. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thanks, everyone, for being with us for the midweek edition of the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A tremendous start for the Warriors. Playing great basketball of late, this game's no different. Klay Thompson has been tremendous in the first half. At over 50% of his shots, you know he's happy about the first half he just turned in. And doing their best to stay alive, the Sacramento Kings. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover number's way too high through 2 quarters. Isaiah Thomas getting it done through 2 quarters. He's got 12 points, and he's made some key plays in the assist department, too. And now let's go around the NBA to check out what's happening. Boston leading against the Suns out at U.S. Airways Center. A comfy advantage for them in the third. And another one also in progress. The Rockets in a hard-fought game against Los Angeles. A pair of buckets keep them back in the second quarter. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. Out at Energy Solutions Arena, the Jazz with the lead against Brooklyn. Second half of basketball going on in a tight one. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
It didn't take long to see what kind of game he was going to have today. He came out very aggressively and had a terrific first half.
You know, you look at his shot chart, it's all draped up. I mean, he's right at the rim. He's driving the lane again and again.
They've got J.J. Redick. He's out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Salmons, and it's Thomas in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Redick all alone. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Redick's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, once a shooter, always a shooter. J.J. Redick, one of the great marksmen of all time at Duke in the college game. And it's kept on rolling here in the NBA. He's got deep range on his 3. Can spot up and shoot from anywhere, and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right, and like you said, not only threes, but Steve, any shot where you give Redick a chance to set his feet and get a clear view of the hoop, his shot form is just too consistent for him to miss. He's one of those players who works on that just so diligently, you know he's going to find a degree of success every time out there. It's stolen by Salmons. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. That drops. Redick's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Warriors leading by 10. Screen by O'Neal. Thompson from long range. Offensive rebound. Here's Bogut.
And that fourth foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Curry dishes to O'Neal. Iguodala against Salmons. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. Over Hayes. O'Neal passes to Bogut. Iguodala. They shoot again. Back to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. And Thompson kicks to O'Neal. Pass to Curry. O'Neal a screen on Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Curry. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Curry's got 15.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that.
Thomas with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. Thomas dishes to Hayes. Pass to Salmons. Inside. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Curry against Thomas. And Curry, here we go. Fires the 3. No good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Salmons kicks to Patterson. Now the pass to Hayes. Thomas. The Kings need to get off a shot here from 15 feet away. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Screen by O'Neal. Rejected by Salmons. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Warriors leading by 10. Backing them down is Iguodala. Bogut the pass to Curry. Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. Curry with it. Now defended by Reddick. It's Thompson off the drive. Curry. Back to Thompson. On deep. It's hauled in by Thomas. Thomas got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
O'Neal a screen on Thomas. Curry dishes to Bogut. Iguodala outside. Curry. There's the pass to Bogut. He feeds it to O'Neal. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
After 17 years in the NBA, Jermaine O'Neal is still going. It's easy to forget he was once an all-star franchise big man for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine could do it all. He could score it in the low post, could make the mid-range jumper, and also was a force defensively. But even though he's not at that level now, he can still help you as a quality rotation big man.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And for O'Neal, at one time, a 24-point-per-game score. Now his role is all about defense, blocking shots and clogging the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 250 with a great knowledge of the NBA and how to defend and scouting reports of every player in the league. Very savvy veteran play.
Knocked away. Iguodala with the steal. In low to Bogut. Aja Bell on the wing. Bell off the pick from Bogut. And Bell kicks to Curry. This one for 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's foul number 2 for him. The Kings trail by 10. Feeds it to Reddick. 6 on the shot clock. Cannot hit. Good D by Bell.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
And Curry, here we go. And Bell kicks to Iguodala. Salmon's covering. Shot from the low block. Here's Curry. They get it back. Here's Bogut, and the layup's good off the glass. Bogut's got 8 points.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Now here's Vasquez, guarded by Curry. Vasquez kicks to Redick. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Curry passes to Bell. Back to Curry. Iguodala outside. Dishes it to Bell. Iguodala against Salmons. And it's good. And the Warriors lead by 14.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded closer. Back to Salmons. Trying to get back on track. And the layup is up and in. Salmons got 9.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Bogut sets a screen for Curry. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
The Kings trailed by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Vasquez dishes to Hayes. Now the feed to Redick. It's stolen by Bell. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Back to Bell. Golden State moving it around. Bogut kicks to O'Neal. Bell passes to Curry. The dish to Bell. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Just 5 to shoot. He passes to O'Neal. He feeds it to Bell. Iguodala outside. O'Neal a screen on Salmons. Iguodala against Salmons. Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. Curry dishes to Iguodala. And it's off from three-point range. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Salmons from down in the low post. It goes. Salmons got 4 this quarter. Timeout called the Warriors.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
And the Warriors making a change here. Lee's checked in. Kicks it to Bazemore. Passes to Curry. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. Raja Bell on the wing. He dishes it to Bazemore. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. And you look at Douglas, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic. And, of course, Stephen Curry, several spots down. Tony Douglas is checked in for the Warriors. Here's Salmons. He's got 11. He kicks it to Vasquez. Pass to Patterson. Shot from 16. The Warriors pull it in.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
And Bazemore kicks to Bell. And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
Vasquez gets a screen from Hayes. Here's Salmons. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Selman's got 13.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
The shot's good from Douglas. And the Warriors lead by 13.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Now here's Vasquez, defended by Bazemore. And here's Vasquez. Here's Hayes. David Lee comes up with the rebound.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
And let's take a quick look now at the numbers for David Lee. First in blocks, sixth in rebounding. And he's been such a good offensive player. His patience, his efficiency, he's ranked in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And you pointed out that his blocks per game average, Steve, is the highest in the NBA. I mean, he's leading the league in that category. It's there in the low post where he's been most valuable to his team, in my opinion.
Catching up on the twins for Sacramento. Bahamute comes in for Chuck Hayes. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for John Salmons. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Raja Bell. Warriors leading by 13. Bazemore passes to Iguodala. Feeds it to Bazemore. Douglas. There's the pick. Pass to Barnes. He's guarded by Mbaamute. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
Well, I watched this kid in college in North Carolina, Harrison Barnes. At 6'8", he's got a strong frame, a nice touch, hard working, and he's really a student of the game. He's got the prototype body and game for an NBA small forward.
Sacramento making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Vasquez with it. Now guarded by Bazemore. Here's the three. Vasquez, that's good. Vasquez has got himself on the board with 3 there.
The defense sagged off, and, you know, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Steve enjoys that too.
Yeah, that's the best part of the game. I mean, a 5-man team game where the ball moves, has so much unselfish play. It's beautiful to watch.
It's Iguodala with the drive. Noah. Excellent D that time from J.J. Redick. And going back to Barnes, not just size, but almost a 40-inch standing vertical at the combine. Off the charts.
And you factor in, he's got a great high release on his jump shot, able to get his shot off pretty easily. Really a quality player in this league. Size, strength, and shooting ability. That's always a good combination.
For Sacramento, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And Vasquez drops them both.
Now you talk about some of the breakout players of last season, and at the top of the list for me was Grievous Vasquez. Runner-up for most improved player, 6'6" point guard, improved his shooting significantly and played with a lot of confidence for New Orleans.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And Thompson kicks to McCallum. And there's the pass to Redick. Into Jason Thompson. Uses both hands to snap it down. They would love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
Iguodala. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 11. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
Tune in this Friday night, February 21st. Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Be there.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good crisp passes.
Chance to check out the Sacramento Kings' upcoming schedule. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
No doubt the Denver fans want to see the Nuggets take that game.
The Kings trail by 11. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala and Barnes slotted in at the 4. Bellows out there with Tony Douglas, and it's Lee in at the 5 down low. Barnes dishes to Bell. There's the feed to Lee. It's up against Thompson. Kicks it to Douglas. Lets it go from deep. And Balamute pulls it in. And that one's good. And it's 8 points for David Lee. And for Sacramento, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Now Fredette. Dishes to Selmans. He feeds it to Thompson. And Iguodala comes to help. Just 4 to shoot. Redick inside the line. And the Kings check on 2 more.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Kicks it out to Iguodala. There's the dish to Bell. Back to Iguodala. Bell. Golden State moving it around. He passes it to Lee. Working on Thompson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
The knock on David Lee for a long time was that he didn't impact his team defensively. I mean, last year, however, you could see that it was something he was focusing on more and more, and really was a factor with his help defense and rotations.
And Clark, when you talk about David Lee defensively, in the past, he's had to play a lot of center, both in New York and Steve now in Golden State.
Well, that's probably the weakness in his game. He doesn't have long arms. He's not a shot blocker. But, you know, he can get pushed around a little bit by the stronger centers. And that's why it was important for Golden State to put Andrew Bogut next to him to be a rim protector and to protect Lee a little bit down there.
Now, here is Fredette. Defended by Bazemore, and Redick kicks to Patterson. Working on Lee. Puts it up from 7. Not enough on that one as it misses. Warriors leading by 13. Iguodala with it. Now guarded by Redick. In low to Lee. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 5 assists tonight. Tipped away. Here's the break. Here's Bazemore. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Fredette gets a screen from Outlaw. Now, here is Fredette. Passes it to Selmans. 6 to shoot. Outlaw. But they recover it. Here's Redick. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on David Lee.
Looking at the game so far for Redick, he's got 10 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
Yeah, he really is. He's always looking to make the passes. Head up, eyes up, trying to find the open teammate.
Tony Douglas is checked in for Raja Bell.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line. Really poor decision on that pass.
The Kings trail by 15. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. He dishes it to Redick. He kicks it to Outlaw. Lee with the block. Second change shot. Outlaw's shot is off.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Douglas, the pass to Lee. Feeds it to Bazemore. Clock at 6. Douglas. Lee sets a screen for Douglas. Shoots off the screen. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Pass to Bazemore. And it's John Salmons with the rebound. Salmons got 5 rebounds tonight. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Patterson, the screen. Redick with the 3. Sacramento again missing.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Bazemore dishes to Lee. Douglas. Barnes kicks to Iguodala. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And the Warriors lead by 17.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Ball's knocked loose. Redick passes to Outlaw. Lee with the steal. Iguodala against Salmons. And Bazemore kicks to Iguodala. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And what I love about watching him play, Steve, is his terrific agility and body control. Even with the multiple defenders closing in, he contorts his body at angles that really give him a chance to make shots from weird positions all the time.
Salmons, no luck.
But an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
It's Iguodala with the drive. Bazemore dishes to Curry. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Bazemore. Kicks to Bogut. The feed to Bazemore. Iguodala. O'Neal is screen on Salmons. Dishes it to Bazemore. Rejected by Vasquez. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. The Warriors making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Clock at 4. Here's Curry. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Curry's got 19 points.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
And Redick kicks to Hayes. And it's sent back by Bogut. Right side Curry. Right side Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Defended by Redick. O'Neal passes to Curry. Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. Curry dishes to Iguodala. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, Iguodala moved on from the 76ers to the Nuggets last year. Now signs a free agent contract with the Warriors. It looks to be a really good fit. I mean, all that shooting around him, just with the way he can run and defend, should allow Iguodala to be the playmaker that really is his natural game.
Now here's Vasquez, guarded by Curry. Vasquez kicks to Redick. He feeds it to Hayes. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And here are the Warriors now. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Curry kicks to Bogut. Good, and Curry gets gets the assist. And that's now 10 points for Andrew Bogut. And Steve, you mentioned how tough Iguodala is in transition. Great ball handler for his size. And Clark, I know you love his athleticism.
Yeah, he's really a point forward offensively, but he can finish big, and he's always putting pressure on the defense when he's in attack mode. A good ball handler and passer. His outside shooting is up and down, but I'd love to have him on my squad. Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for the Kings.
The Warriors chose to wait until the final year of Curry's rookie deal to extend his contract, but it turned out to be a bargain. I mean, coming off an injury, there were a lot of concerns about Curry, but he turned into a superstar, particularly in the playoffs, and now the Warriors have him locked up for 4 years.
And Mbah-a-Moute kicks to Hayes. Bogut on him. The baseline J. No good off the back of the rim.
He was right up tight on him on that attempt. Terrific D to throw off the shot.
And he did it without making too much contact and getting the officials' attention either.
And the Curry contract, Clark, I mean, eye-opening. 4 years, $44 million.
Yeah, to us it may be a little odd in terms of hearing those numbers combined with the word bargain. But you better believe the way he's playing and helping to lead this team, it's a good investment for Golden State.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Jason Thompson is checked in for Hayes. Outlaw comes in for John Salmons. McLemore's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Jimmy Fredette in for Vasquez.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Thompson. Salmons comes in for Travis Outlaw. J.J. Redick's checked in for McLemore. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Jimmy Fredette. Thompson, defended by Redick. Thompson backing down. The shot is good off the backboard. Sacramento with the ball. Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Redick with it, working on Thompson. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got 6 in the quarter.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
It's Thompson off the drive. Pass to Barnes. There's the dish to Curry. He kicks to Bogut. Hayes on him. Bogut the pass to Lee. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Thomas dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. And he drops him away up off the glass.
Now give credit where credit is due. A terrific assist inside.
Curry with it. He passes to Barnes. Gets it to go. Kings have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's Thomas. Redick for 3. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Well, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
And the first one drops.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
Outlaw kicks to Fredette. Pass to Outlaw. He tries for 3. Gets it to go. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Here's Bazemore. He dishes it to Barnes. Feeds to O'Neal. And it's Travis Outlaw with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Frustration foul there. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse use it.
Tony Douglas is checked in for the Warriors. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Pass to Outlaw. Fires from deep. Here's Thompson. Warriors with the rebound. Bell's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Kicks to Barnes. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Richard Mbamute. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Spades checked in for Golden State. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And the Kings shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. And here's Fredette. The pass to McLemore. From deep. Kept alive. A second chance effort. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
6 on the shot clock. The feed now to Douglas. Shoots the 3. Dishes it to Bazemore. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Bell passes to O'Neal. It's up against Thompson. And O'Neal backs in. He feeds it to Douglas. He kicks it to Bazemore. Into O'Neal. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Here's McCallum online. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They've got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down. We can feel an order getting in our way. We don't need the rule of yesterday. Breaking down the borders, tearing down the sides. Hear this one last time. They just want your head moving up.
shot, thought you heard about me, must not. Last nigga did me dirty, dirty, like a bathroom in a truck stop.